Welcome to Who's Who. Who's Who is a popular segment of many households in the Washington metro area. Who's Who features the cream of the crop of our community and our society. The host of Who's Who is Mr. Sonny Segal, who is the current CIO of Montgomery County, Maryland. Every month, Mr. Segal features a rather interesting guest on his segment. Today, his guest of honor is Ambassador Anand P. Neewoor. Let's lend our ears to this conversation.
Welcome to the Who's Who show. This is your host, Sonny Segal. Today, my guest is His Excellency, Mr. Anand Neewoor. Mr. Neewoor is a career diplomat of the country of Mauritius. He is a world leader and has held the positions of ambassador to India, Pakistan, Russia, the US, and the UN. He was one of 15 members of the UN Security Council. Welcome, Mr. Neewoor. Your Excellency, it is such an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's a great honor to be with you as host. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I do recall my visit to Mauritius, and it was a wonderful visit. Your hospitality was, of course, unsurpassed. And the beauty of the country, the island nation, was striking. The greenery and the color, I thought, with the azure blue skies, the beautiful oceans and beaches. I also noted that the people were particularly friendly.
Well, Sonny, it was a great pleasure for us to have you and Mrs. Segal come to Mauritius. It was consolidation of our personal acquaintances and friendship that we have held over the years since I served as ambassador here, and we were near neighbors in this country and in Maryland. Yes, tourism. Many people who come to Mauritius on holidays. It's an important tourism destination. They say they come again, and we hope you will come again too.
Very much like to.
We would like to welcome you again back in Mauritius. The beauty of the place you spoke about, that's true. We have lagoons all around the island, beautiful lagoons, shark-free. You can swim, and we have only 2 seasons, summer and winter, and not much difference between the two. So tourism is 12 months, although when it is severe winter in Europe, people like to come during that time.
Perfect getaway.
Yeah, peak season for us is from November to February. That's the peak season because it's cold in Europe. And most tourists come from France and Britain and Germany, Italy, etc. Almost from everywhere. We have at least 12 holiday resorts. At least 12.
Yes,
could be
I
more.
saw several world-class resorts.
Yes.
Lined up along the coast. Yes.
Yeah, and they win a lot of prizes around because of the quality of service that they offer. Plus a lot of other hotels around, and we wish to have more people from this country as well visit Mauritius, since lots of foreigners have settled here. They go back to their respective countries in Asia Africa, we would wish that they do find time to divert towards us a little bit. Right now, we receive about 1.2 million foreign tourists, mainly from Europe.
I see.
And it's an important industry, doing well. It has come up as one of the major industries of the country. Yeah.
The fact that many of the people bear names that are very similar to our names from India tells me that there is quite a bit of settlement from India. Is that true?
Yes, majority of the population of Mauritius hail from, their ancestors hailed from India. Today is 12th March. 12th March is our Independence Day.
Oh my, congratulations.
And it is quite auspicious for me to be speaking on this subject on this occasion. The Independence Day, 12th March, was decided by Sir Sivsagar Ramgoolam, who emulated the Mahatma Gandhi Salt March, which was 12th March again. Indian culture, Indian traditions, Indian festivals are all very present in Mauritius because, as I would like to highlight, Mauritius is a land of settlers, and people from wherever they come, we recognize them all very, very strongly and observe their festivals as well as public holidays.
I see.
Yes.
So it's like we just celebrated, the folks from India just celebrated the festival of Holi as an example.
Yeah, we too in Mauritius celebrated Holi. And we celebrated Shivaratri also.
Oh, I see.
Shivaratri is done in February. We have most of the people of Indian origin line up and go to a place called Ganga Talav.
That's like a lake.
That's a lake, a natural
Talav.
lake discovered in the middle of forest by a few Indian origin people in Mauritius. And since then, government maintains the facility. Top-class facility is always available, as it is also for other religion when they observe their festivals like Christmas, like Eid, etc. It's done the same way. There are places where people do observe the main celebration, and our leaders always are there.
And now the Chinese, the Lunar New Year, that just took place not too long ago.
Yeah.
Was that celebrated as well with all
Yes.
the color and the pomp? And
That was last week.
yeah.
It was last week in Mauritius. A lot of crackers one would hear whole night. That marks the celebration by the Chinese community. And then you have got the dragon dance and all
The
that.
dragon dance. Yeah.
For several days it goes on, especially over the weekend which follows. They go from place to place. They dance the dragon dance. And it's observed as a public holiday in the country. And that's right.
I see.
The main celebration is always observed as a public holiday.
Now you're under your leadership, the country has diversified, has it not? In other words, it has gone from what may have been
Sugarcane.
fishing, sugarcane, to technology,
Yeah.
high technology.
Yes, actually one of my children, one of my sons, is a specialist in into information technology, works for State Informatics Limited, and there are lots of training courses in IT, and lots of employment opportunities for people in the IT sector. Actually, it is a sector that is booming, I must say.
I see.
Then, of course, we have graduated from sugarcane and fisheries to other sectors, such as tourism, I said, and many other sectors have come up.
Textiles.
Textile and garments. We export a lot to this country.
Yes, I begin to see labels,
Yeah.
made in Mauritius labels,
Yes.
in high-end stores.
That's right, and that is what I wanted Africa to be doing as well, and that is why we work for AGWA, AGWA legislation to be made so that African country, including Mauritius, we could continue to export and expand our export of garments to United States. We have important agreements already with United States. TIFA, Trade and Investment Forum, is already there between us. BITS, Bilateral Investment Treaty, we are discussing presently with U.S. authorities, and hopefully over the years we shall start having visa-free travel.
Oh, I see.
Visa-free travel.
So that's not just like visa on arrival. Can one get visa on arrival now?
Because of security problem, it's not all that simple, but on arrival they give visa, provided that you get a stamp done on your passport, that you are, it is good for 20 years, I suppose.
I see.
Once they put a stamp on your passport, when you arrive, they stamp visa.
I see.
6 months normally. Renewable, one can apply to renew the visa. And it is reciprocal. We do the same in Mauritius as well,
I see.
to U.S. citizens. Yeah.
That is wonderful. I do believe that Mauritius, of course, has had a huge influence in the growth of that region, the entire region that borders on Africa, Madagascar. And then there are some other islands close by that I did not get to visit. I surely will make a point to visit Renoir as an example,
Yeah. Yeah.
because there are flights leaving for those destinations close by, and it's just absolutely fabulous. So I'll have to visit you again in Mauritius. Meantime, I want to thank you for being on the show today and telling us all about this beautiful country.
Sonny, I appreciate very much the opportunity of being on your program. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
All
Bye-bye.
the best.
Thank you.
This is your host, Sonny Segal, signing off from the Who's Who show on the Capitol Forum. I hope to see you again next month at the same place and the same time.